Competitive COD League fans, how are we doing? My name is Franz and welcome back to the channel. Guys, as you can see by the grin on my face and by what we have here in front of your screen, we hit the 6-man prop. We hit that 25 times. This is exactly what we're going for on this channel. This is what this series is all about, is going for these 25 times without a map set, and here it is. I'm going to go through here real quick just to give you a little bit of analysis. Starting off with temp, we went the under in map 1 kills. I went for this under because in his last 3 matches I did notice a trend. He kind of just starts slow to a lot of these series. He is a great player and he does put up really good numbers in these matches. However, in those map 1s, he's kind of just starting slow, so I went for the under here and it did pay off. Next up, we went for scrap in the more on map 1 to 3 kills. We went the over here because this is a grudge match versus him and his ex-player in Standy, and it ended up paying off. Scrap is a beast. My man was dropping numbers in all 3 maps, these first 3 maps, and we get the more there. This is the only one I was worried about here is exceed. We went the under because we noticed a trend in those map 2s. He was hitting the under a lot of the time, and Joe Deceives has been that S&D star for them. It got a little bit close. The game went to around 11, which did indeed get very sketchy. However, we ended up pulling off. You're like, exceed, die, exceed, die. He ended up dying. We get the under. Take that all day. You guys, I mean, all of these are sometimes going to hit. Not all of them are going to hit. But the thing is, you got to have a little bit of luck. And here was kind of our luck moment with exceed. Next, we have simp here on the under and map 1 kills. We went the under here because we also kind of noticed that trend, same with temp, where he does just start off slow in a lot of these series. Plus, he is kind of the dirty work player for this team. So we went the under and it ended up hitting. A BZ dropped like 38 in this map as well. So good thing we took the under on simp and not a BZ. Next up, we have Fame. We went the under because I thought Atlanta was going to have their way with this rookie, and it ended up paying off just like that. Fame only pretty much dropped kills in the control, the hardpoint in S&D. He was pretty much bottom of the team as expected. He just is not ready for those big moments against a big team like Atlanta FaZe. Not saying he will be or he won't be, but for now he just wasn't rising up to the occasion and kind of had a bit of a stinker in those first 3 maps. Next up, we have Hook, or the final play of this 6-man prop to bank the 1,000. This was also a risky one. It came down to the wire. I was expecting Optic to do very well in this opening hard point. They did. They almost, I think, 100-point clubbed LAG. I think they might have actually 100-point clubbed them. And Hook, like, one final kill before they ended up getting to 250. He was, like, laying down prone, gets a kill. We take that all day, 24. See, guys, you just need a little bit of luck and you're going to hit these, right? But yeah, I mean, the predictions were there. The predictions were solid. Hook was a great prop here because he was popping off in that last match. We're going to go Shotzzy probably in our next play here coming up. But yeah, great plays here, and I'm going to jump right into what everyone is here for, our next 6-man prop for Saturday's matches coming up this April 15th. I did have a chance to look at the board a little bit, however, not everything's set in stone. I'm not too sure exactly what we're going to do. And guys, keep in mind that these spreads will change if you wait on popping them. So make sure to get on it if you want to tail me, or if you're liking the spread you're seeing, it may not be there. A spread that I'm really liking right now is this accuracy spread, because if you go to his recent matches here, yeah, this Seattle match against Florida, accuracy drops 27 in the opening hardpoint, drops 2 in the S&D, but then brings it back with 25 in the control. So he was popping off in those respawns. And then next here in this LA Thieves match, which is going to be a bit of a harder match, similar to the Atlanta FaZe match that they're going to have coming up, accuracy was popping off again. 24 in this opening hardpoint, leading his team. 4 in the S&D, not doing too much in S&D, and then 34 here in the control. I do expect this control number to be very fluctuated a lot of the time because, I don't know, these control maps are going the distance, especially against these top teams. So we will see hopefully around 5 in that control, which will then bank. What I'm going to be going here for is the map 1 to 3 kills here on the more for accuracy. This line at 46.5 looks really, really good for us. I believe accuracy actually like switched up his class at the beginning of this stage, and kind of that's been the catalyst for his success, I believe, is he switched up a class or switched up something on his class. His movement's a little faster. He's more agile on the map and therefore getting a couple more kills, putting up those numbers, kind of taking Mac's spot a little bit in that slay category. He's been just that dirty, dirty work guy for them, Mac has. So yeah, accuracy, we're going to take the more here on map 1 to 3 kills. Moving on from there, guys, I mean, I'm not too positive on everything yet, but I do know one thing, and it is that not map 1. We're going to go map 4 kills. Map 4, guys, on Shotzzy. Guys, a lot of the time, and it's not all the time Shotzzy has a slow map 1, but there are times that he does have a slow map 1, and that's why we're going to go map 4 kills here for Shotzzy on the over. I do believe this Boston series might go the distance to a game 5, but at least a game 4 where we'll see Shotzzy either pop off and close it out in that game 4, or we'll then go the distance and push it to a game 5. Either way, Shotzzy on the map 4 kills. I really like this line at 24.5. It is a bit high, but he's been hitting 29s, 30s. It's been looking good for Shotzzy, especially when he gets into the series, into the later bit of the series. He seems to play a little bit better. So gonna go there on the over for good old Shotzzy, and I believe that's gonna be our only 2 overplays for this prop. Next one I'm thinking here, guys, is gonna be map 3 kills, and we're gonna go good old Yuli. I think I've done this prop now maybe 2 or 3 times now, and it's hit pretty much every single time. Map 3 kills, Yuli. London has not been performing in this game mode, and I don't expect any difference against a strong New York team. I mean, they're not amazing at control, but they are definitely towards the upper half in this game mode. So I do expect Yuli kind of to have that stinker. He's not really sure yet what his role is on this team. I don't think he really knows what's going on most of the time in control. So I'm going to go the under on map 3 kills, and hopefully we can get that one to hit. Next up here, guys, it's going to be either a TJ or a Standy play. Both of them have been playing really well in their respective roles, both kind of playing an SMG role, but TJ's more of that dirty work player, Standy trying to get those slay numbers. Here in this map 5, I'm going a map 5 here on the more for TJ. I was wrong. We do have another more. It's going to be the more for TJ in map 5 kills. I believe the Iceman's going to come out here, and here's kind of the reasoning behind it. Florida versus Vegas, I believe, is going to be a guaranteed map 5. The reason being is Vegas usually plays kind of down to their level when they play these lower echelon teams. I believe Vegas is an upper echelon team. I do have belief in that. However, when they play these lower echelon teams, they do kind of play down to that level, and it causes these like crazy game 5s. I feel like every single time Vegas is going to a game 5. So that's why we're going to take the more for TJ. I believe the Iceman's going to step up here. I know it was Standy last map, but that was his kind of revenge map against his ex team. So I'm going to go TJ here on the more. He unfortunately didn't hit it in my prop down here. He did end up getting 6 in the map 2. I'm going to go for it again here in the map 5. You guys don't have to ride this one if you don't want to. Another decent prop here would definitely be Standy on the more. So think about that one. Honestly, Standy in any map set. You could even go map 1 to 3 Standy. I feel like this guy's playing very, very well right now. I'm just not going to risk it. I feel like I like this TJ play at 6.5 kills in the S&D. The Iceman will step up. And if he doesn't step up, or it doesn't end up going to that map 5, it'll just cancel out. It'll be a do not play. We'll get a 5 out of 5 prop maybe, and that'll just be 10 times whatever we put in. So still a decent chunk of change if it doesn't end up happening. Next up, guys, this is going to be a tough one, and it's going to be good old Capsule here in the map 1 to 3 kills. The Capsule stats here against Toronto Ultra, even though they got destroyed, Capsule is dropping 67 in 3 maps. He dropped 26 in this first hardpoint, 6 in the S&D, and then 35 in this ending control. Control numbers are so fluctuated right now, especially with games going the distance. So, and especially Vegas versus Florida, I'm pretty sure it's going to go the distance, especially in a control. These teams are both very mediocre at the game mode. So we should see a round 5 there. And then dropping down here to the Seattle match, it's again Capsule with 78 over the course of 4 matches, 27 in this opening, 2 and then 22. So that adds up to what, 50, 51 there, 52. So unfortunately, he actually doesn't hit it there. However, against this Vegas team, and I do think it's going to be a very close match, a brawl in every single game mode, and both of these teams are decent at S&D, I think he is going to hit this mark of 51 point or 53.5, excuse me. So wow, guys, we're going a lot of Moors. Actually, I didn't notice this many Moors was in the slate tonight as I was building it. But yeah, a lot of Moors to be had, but I think it's because there's a lot of close matches. This Vegas Florida match I think will be very close, and then obviously Boston Optic is a classic, and then obviously Atlanta Seattle is another classic. So three of these matches should be going the distance, and that's why there are more Moors on the slate tonight, because these matches are going to go longer. You're going to see these round fives, you're going to see these round 11, so you're going to see a lot more kills being had on the map. Finally, guys, to end out the prop here, I think we go slasher here. I want to go slasher on the under in map 1 to 3 kills. He did end up hitting this right here, so it is a decent prop. However, the other prop I was also looking at was this Priesta one. Priesta on the under in map 1 to 3 kills. I do think we have some stats to back this up. Let's go to this Optic series. However, this won't be kind of what we're seeing against a London team. Priesta is putting 14, 7, and 22. So yes, he is hitting that under. I think that's about what, 44 or something like that. My math isn't quick tonight. I'm not sure what it is. But then also against this Minnesota team, which I think is more likely this year is going to be maybe London steals a map, but I think it will be a 3-0 or a 3-1 for New York. Right here we have Priesta with 11, Priesta with 5, and then Priesta with 20. So that's only 36 over the course of 3 maps. And I do think this series is kind of going to be a blowout, so I do expect Priesta to have this under in map 1 to 3 kills. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for the prop. I feel very confident in this analysis. I do feel confident that this prop will go through. However, there are going to be some sketchy things that do need to happen. We do need Yuli to underperform like he has been. He may want to turn that around and be like, I'm done underperforming. I'm going to step up here. So we do want that to happen. And then also this TJ play is a little bit risky. However, I feel good about it. I feel good about the Iceman in his S&D paralysis, especially in those game 5s. Capsule, I feel pretty good about, especially because this map, or I'm expecting these matches to go very, very close. And then finally, Priesta, I'm feeling good about it. Map 1 to 3 kills on the under. If this match does go as expected and London comes out kind of slow and maybe Hydra has a pretty pop-off series, we would like Hydra to have a very good series, so that means that none of these other players are getting kills if Hydra's getting kills. And then up here we also have Shotzzy on the more in map 4 kills. Obviously need this one to hit. I do think Shotzzy towards the end of series does play better than at the beginning, so that's why we're going map 4. And then accuracy, I love this line at 46.5. With the class change for him, I think this one goes through, no doubt. Alright guys, we're going to be dropping a good old 50 bomb here. I dropped 40 yesterday. We're going to bring it up to 50 as we did hit our 40 props, so why not go for a 50 here. Let's place that entry and we are locked in. Homies, thank you so much for joining us on this video. If you did stay to the end, let me know some of your ideas, some of your props, what you're thinking on this 8-man slate. It is very tough to do these 8-mans, and I'm telling you, it's not a guarantee. There is luck involved. We do need to, hit everything, and that's very hard to do, especially when you have 6 props to go for. If you guys are tailing, make sure to like the video or comment. Make sure you're subbing on the YouTube. Go follow my Twitch, TikTok, Twitter. Go follow the socials and support the kid. We're killing it here. We're hitting cash. We're making a little extra cash for you guys. And I really appreciate everyone staying along and hanging out. I will be in the TikTok comments and we'll also be popping those Twitch streams up very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.